Yo, it's your boy Mr. Mumbles, Kings Court, East 905. We're in the building. This is the Kings Court Network, coming to you with that Kings. So we're about to do the interview with um, another artist here, Jux Cain from London. He'll be coming in a moment. Just to let you, um, next week we've got the launch February 15th. We are going to be streaming all day, showing you the new content, our music review show, the supporting of Black businesses, especially, right now, we've got to make sure to continue on that trend of supporting our new entrepreneurs in the Black community. Um, okay, and all right, so I'm just getting Dux to get in. All right, let me see here. Okay, so we'll definitely have him coming up here shortly. And okay, so he is having some technical difficulties, but we will be coming through. And also coming up next week, you will be able to check out Mr. Mumbles in the Friday night fight. Shout out to Math Hoffa and the Hoffa gang. So make sure y'all check Math Hoffa TV. Look out, show some support, show some love. It's not just it's not just battle rap reporting. I am showing some people that I actually do this too on a part-time level. Okay, so all right, so just hold on a moment there. I'm gonna get him in here right now. Right. Let me send that link to him. Okay, so you know what? Okay, so while we're waiting on him to go, um, make sure you do check out do the other interviews that have been posted up there. We had from Yoshi G, we have from Capital Rap Battles, both owners, on there. We have their champion, Raiden Black, their last contender, Teddy KGB. I really got to support the Canadian hip hop industry, especially in battle rap, as there's not a lot of media there for it. Sorry about that, but let me just see here. Let's get some music going or something. While we wait, let me give y'all something to deal with here. All right, so we're gonna check out some Spotify until he's ready to come in. Over there. Hold me $6 Alpha League.
Look, I'm that one way. I'm that one way. With the gunplay. Disrespect me Sunday. They find you dead by Monday. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. Do not fuck up my feng shui. Or bitch, I let that gun spray.
I'm that one way with the gunplay. Don't fuck up my feng shui. If a nigga disrespect me on a Sunday, dead by Monday. Ain't no drive-bys when I hit. Walk them down. Like a runway. I remember when we had to make a way out of no way. Look, I did that for my niggas. Now let's get back to killing. When I load this stick, I feel like Constantine to these demons. He said he wanna kill me, but he don't really mean it. Bitch, I better motherfucking die when you see me. If not, they gon' have to talk to you through a Ouija. They gon' have to wipe your blood up with a squeegee. I'm that one way by the homie. Don't become another body, no karate. But I'm deadly with them chopsticks like Miyagi. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. With the gunplay. You disrespect me Sunday, they find you dead by Monday. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. Don't fuck up the feng shui, bitch, I let that gun spray. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. With the gunplay. You disrespect me Sunday, they find you dead by Monday. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. Don't fuck up the feng shui, bitch, I let that gun spray.
I'm that one way when this gunplay pull up to your crib snapping. Pull up while your kids napping. But this not no kidnapping. See it cracking, blood splashing. I'm that one way when this beef. My chopper sound just like a beat. And I got that bitch on repeat. Man, I got that bitch on the seat. I feel like a chauffeur with that Drake in the back. Drake in the back, but it ain't finna rap. If it do, it's a rap. Hit everybody, including the cat, the funeral pack. Ayy, I'm that one way with it. Put a nigga in the air like I pump fake with it. He ain't never coming back, it's a one-way ticket. Try to play me, you got one day living. Next day, get a box like one day shitting. Gun game, bitch, me and cuz they tripping. Finessing these hands and chasing this chicken. I hollered at a dollar, he told me if I got a problem to call him, the shit'll get real. I told him the same, we both in the field. My niggas pop niggas, y'all niggas pop pills. Ayy. Hey, look, don't fuck around and get shot. Cause I'm one way with that Glock. Oh, the irony when I pop. I'm gonna make a mess with this mop. Think we ain't the best, we just watch. Can't say shit to me when this drop. I know pussy niggas gon' plot. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. With the gunplay. Disrespect me Sunday. They find you dead by Monday. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. I'm that one way. When I fuck up my feng shui, or bitch, I let that gun spray. I'm that one way.
All right, got a tune from
Down to die for everything I represent. Meant every word in my letter to the president. Down to die for everything I represent. Meant every word in my letter to the president.
Now let's start with the positives. You put money in the pockets of the owners and rich. That's about it. Name tied to a whole string of tragedy events. It's your fault that coward stood on George's neck till his heart stopped. Supremacy's voice, ice pick to your voice box. Now let me hear you fake news. Over 100,000 died of COVID because of you. You literally are the ultimate scum from the depths of the planet.
What up? What up, man? Make sure you're muted. Make sure you're muted. Make sure you're muted off on your mic. Can you, hello? You're muted on. Your mic is, you're muting.
There you go. You with me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, okay. Just pop that.
All right.
Jerry.
So we're here once again at King's with Mr. Mumbles. We got a special guest. I've known him for another person that I've kind of known for a long time. Introduce yourself to the people.
What up? Well, it's your boy Jux Cain. I'm out of Low City, London. Yeah, man, me and Mumbles go way back through the battle scene, through hip hop in general. Now we're just Kings doing different avenues of trying to promote the hip hop in the community and keep the elements a part of it. So thank you for having me, though.
Definitely, you know. So yeah, so I like to give people a chance to give a quick thing of your story, because yes, you have been in the scene for a good while and stuff, both battle rap and actually doing music and promoting. So give them a little bit of a rundown of how you started in the thing. How did you start getting into hip hop, and where did it?
Well, for me personally, you know, like with family being from like Bakersfield, California, stuff like that out there, from Ireland, everywhere, we're heavily musically influenced family. If we weren't part of the band, we were always there supporting in some facet via promoting the parties, whatever we could do. So I was always into music, always, you know, a part of it on the you know, musician side and on the paperwork side, you know. So I got a taste of both sides early. I started out doing promotions before I even wanted to do any music or rap or do anything like that. I think I was like 16 through 15 through my first party with one of the legendary DJs, DJ Everfresh from London, Toronto area. Man, it was amazing to be so young, to have the connection that I do with my friend like that, on top of also, you know, just being like this size at 16 and then just walking into clubs and, you know, handling it professionally and getting those spots early, and then being able to be put into a position to put other artists on. I did that for a while. Then I got into pretty much wanting to do music because I was always hanging around rappers and stuff anyway, a lot of my friends. So I would always have bars, but I'd never wanted to pursue it yet. I was like, you know, I'd rather be the manager. Wanted to be Suge without the bad parts. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather be the boss than to Tupac it up sometimes. So I started getting a little bit of change of heart and getting into, you know, more music. And in London, there was a hip hop scene. There was a bit of culture here for that. A couple of hip hop stores and things like that I, you know, frequent. Dr. Disc, I was always at. DJ Ruckus and Rez were there all the time in the basement. They put us on to a lot of stuff out there, but being influenced through my family with the West Coast music too, and the funk music and stuff, I was always into a lot of records and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I started doing that. I started coming out doing rap shows at like 16, started performing at shows at like 18. I was always battling, kind of, you know what I mean, in neighborhoods. There wasn't really a lot of competitions per se at that time. No YouTube or anything like that. So it was just kind of, you just battle neighborhood to neighborhood and, you know, the true elements of things. So I started doing that. Got some bragging rights in some areas, you know. Decided I wanted to pursue it a little bit more and trying to, you know, be the captain of my own ship and put out music, you know, not signed to any label, just do it independently and see what fan base I can get from that. And I'm now, I think, like 20 years in the game now. So yeah, I mean, ups and downs, but I don't think I'd change a lot at all.
So are you like currently, are you still like making music regularly and stuff like that?
For a while, I was dealing with family issues. My son has a brain tumor, so I took hiatus from music for a long time. And you might hear maybe a 16 in like 3 years or something. Still, for me, the venting tool was always music, but I just didn't have the energy anymore or the focus to go into the studio and put out something I could full-heartedly believe in, you know, and do it right, you know. So I put pause on that for a minute, and then just recently I was back with one of my broskies, Dre Specs, and we were with another one of our fam, OCBZ, producer, and we kind of just hit that moment where it was just like, man, like, I really need to get back. And Specs was like, yeah, dude, like, you need to come back. And my producer, too, was saying the same. And I was like, at that point, you know, my son had beaten, at that point, the having to go and not need chemo, but he had to do the radiation, but got rid of the tumor. So that kind of gave me a little more jam. The first show I came back on stage with my fam, KP and Young Stitch and Lunchroom Poets, when they came and did one of their shows here in London after dropping their album. The nephew Stitch there, he was like, you gotta come out there. Bishop was hosting, and he's like, dude, you gotta do this, man. You gotta come back out, man. Like, you know, like, you know, I know the old guy still got it, you know what I mean? So, and it was more of a celebration, a venting tool. So me and Specs decided that we're gonna drop an EP together with OCBZ and myself on production. I started learning to do a little bit of beat making now, so you know what I mean? I'm trying to hit all aspects. So lots of things been coming with the music. Beats? Yeah.
What are you using?
Right now, Ableton. I'm getting trained through that right now. A couple other things. Like we use the machine. We've got a few different pieces of equipment in the studio that I'm getting familiar with. So I don't want to name any names and be off by something, but I'm learning, you know, slow and steady, you know, with Ableton and with OCBZ helping me out how to, you know, just the whole shebang of things, really, because I was never really into it. With my bro Jordell Downs, he makes music and makes beats too, but just to watch him make it is something totally different. So I tip my hats to all the producers that do this stuff, because at the start I wasn't making no fire at all. Like it was crazy. So the craft and the time, I understand you got to put into, like I do with the bars, right? So I tip my hat to them, and happy birthday to Jay Dilla today too. Yeah.
True. So, when do you think that that's going to be? So you guys have plan. You have a plan of when it's going to be released?
Yeah, we're in the studio honestly 3 times a week, pretty much. I'd like to say, and we're looking to have it before the start of March. Really, I think that's plausible to say. We got 4 to 6 tracks. One feature I think we have that I won't drop yet, but you never know what could happen because we want to keep it just us, really, for the most part.
With the EP
And
and everything,
me and Specs we're on that same kind of I guess you could say rugged boom bap rap, something, breath of fresh air.
So you've always been doing like, even in the entertainment stuff, like different stuff, like, you were doing UGK London for the battle rap and stuff. And I remember you were doing the radio show, the Jux in the Morning radio show and stuff. So what are the other things are you working on now other than the music? Are you still?
Oh man, I got so much on the go now. Really, since the success of my son beating the cancer, the brain tumors and stuff, it's kind of lit a fire under my behind, and I kind of wanted to give back for the community, give back, do what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like the mission is, and not just through music. So what I did was I co-founded with some great brothers, Risktakers, and you see the RT hat right here. That's the logo. It's for recovery and treatment, and it's for reaching out to help mental health awareness and people stemming from mental health ailments. We advocate. We talk about dealing with coping mechanisms and things like that for them. We deal with addiction, recovery, alcohol, drug-related things like that. People, just trying to get clean, trying to change life around, not be who they don't or who they shouldn't be. I want to make them the best them they can be. So we started doing almost like a counseling group, and it's expanded over to 1,000 members that we're helping all across Canada. And I run Jux and Juke in the Morning with iHeartRadio. We're on hiatus now and season 4 going forward. So I decided to pick up a mental health awareness show that I do every Tuesday at 7:00 called Tough Talks, TUFFTOX. And we talk about coping mechanisms. We talk about therapeutic skills that you can apply. You don't need to go and get fancy things or have to go across town to go see some specialist, when there's certain things that you can sort of train yourself to do to help yourself out. Dealing with COVID, dealing with the lockdown situations in a lot of cities, just getting cabin fever. Sometimes it just takes that voice that and you've heard for so long, that it's comforting to hear that, what, Jux is going out there. I can get behind him because I'm down with his music. I'm down with what he does. I can be honest with myself and reach out for the mental health side and say, what, help me out. And I'm like, my group, my family, my brotherhood is not about judgment. We're just about helping people and make them realize to see the best them that they can be, in long run, that helps their spouse, that helps their children, that helps their parents, that helps their friends around them, and mainly themselves, because, we're proud of them, you know what I mean? So we want them to know that. So we started that up.
Where do they see that Tough Talk? Like, what do they,
we have right now, we're in the process of getting our website put together and all that. So dealing with the e-commerce side of things right now. But we're going to have that, and then it's going to be televised publicly through there. But right now we have a private group. It's kind of get invited into it, so you have a sponsor and sort of things like that, like similar to an AA group, stuff like that, where you get invited in because, your sponsor knows you or something like that, that sees you're willing to want the change. It's not just, come there for cool memes and not, or just, be a part of it and not participate. it's be there. You want to be change, come and we'll see change. We'll see it happen. You will too. So we do private groups right now. So that's where it is right now, to get the invite to get in, and then we're gonna blow up from there.
Definitely there. So let's see. So you said that so everything's online through that chat group. There's nothing like public for people to. You said that show.
I do. The last couple weeks, actually, I did Tough Talks through my own personal page, which is if anybody's that's friends with me on Facebook and things like that, they could watch it right through there, because I wanted to show other board members just how the numbers will rise because of the real pandemic, which is mental health and the lack of access for help for it. Definitely. So we watch numbers drastically rise, triple, and just in viewers for that hour and a half worth of knowledge. And again, we're not counselors, we're not psychologists, but we just gain information from said textbooks and stuff like that. So, and from dealing with other psychologists, which we're going to have on in later dates too. So, there's a lot of great help, positive help, the right kind of help too. And great interaction for people that are cabin fever, stuck at home, don't have the access, disabilities, things of that nature,
Definitely good. So I see the shirt. Is that like your merchandise there?
This one is just I feel like I'm real eccentric. I like to just do shit, spur of the moment. So I was going to a battle. I believe it was Bruiser and Bill Beeman.
Okay.
And it was here in London. My broski Bishop was down. Shout out to the Ends. Stitch was down. A couple people. They were down. And we went to go support the battles. And I'm just, I like to be an asshole half the time when I'm out in the rap world, because it's not just one piece of my persona, but it is. You know what I mean?
Your persona.
So I wanted to pop off and let somebody else know what I think. Your bars are trash, bud. And Bud's synonymous with London talk out here. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm cocky when it comes to music. I think you have to be. I think you got to be honest and passionate. One and the same, but you got to walk tall, carry a big stick, but walk lightly too. You know what I mean? It's how you get noticed, because the quieter you are, or you just want to stick to one sort of dimension, you limit yourself too, right? Like I don't do the same music as Drake. I won't see the same money as Drake. So I find other avenues, and my brain can tell me that, we can make money over here. We can make money over here. We can make money over here. I have a fan base for my music, and I support them like they support me. And I continue to give them that quality of music. And I feel, as projects and as songs and features that you hear me on, you can see the growth. Yeah. You can see the pain, you can see the wisdom, you can see the age, the knowledge, you can see that stuff coming through as I grow too. So, I think with everything that they hear from me, I put my heart into it, and it only gets better. So, it's one and the same, So I do sell the Risktakers awareness merch. So we got hats, sweaters, beanies, toques, stuff like that, decals for the cars. For anybody that's looking to become a risk taker, and then, support it and put the word out there and be a beacon of hope for others. So, you know what I mean? Because in these days and times, it's few and far between that are out there ringing that bell, giving back to people. It's not a bad thing to watch for yourself or mind for yourself, but there's a lot of other people that don't got what you got, or what you scraped in the garbage, after dinner. So, I take that serious. I'm out there, soup kitchens, clothing drives with some great people like my brother Dave from NYC Styles, a clothing store in London. It's just celebrating, I think 20 years in the game for London, for being one of the first hip hop stores. Jux Cain, fun fact is I was the first official employee there. So I've always had a hand in London hip hop in some facet. So
how come, what it caused, because London has, like, around Ontario, had its own little vibrant hip hop scene. What has been the cause of that?
I think there's, in all honesty, I think the sheer talent that we possess of not just hip hop artists, but artists of any genre in London is bar none. Like per capita, like we have so many great artists that have came out of here. You know, Shad. We know Shad has gone on to success, like with Netflix and all the hip hop documentaries and stuff, and the CBC work and things like that. He was rocking for London out here. Casper Marcus, the Ghost, man. He's got countless music awards, videos, things like that. My squad, from Penetrator days to Streetscape Sound days to what I'm rocking with now with Risktakers and things like that. Power Music. I think we just learned from our elders that were already putting people on the map. Like Low Creepers were here before me. Great DJs like Twizzler Roots, Star Child, Everfresh, Ruckus, Rez, you know what I mean? Whiskers. You know, like there's I think we're just engulfed in talent and the embrace of the love for hip hop music and the culture, not just the music alone, but what the culture was. I think London, being a test city that it was, it snatched it right up, and we just followed in line with it, where we get propelled by the success of others and the jealousy. There's a lot of jealousy in our city too. A lot of people don't address it, but it's honestly there, and there's a lot of smile on your face BS. But if that doesn't go make you want to go write harder bars or man up or woman up, because there's a couple of female rappers from London that have been doing their thing, and address the situation, it'll only make for better hip hop for the city and for hip hop in general. I mean, I like my diss tracks, especially being a battle rapper. I like sharp-witted lyricists rather than, you know, hold up, Molly, you know, that kind of, you know what I mean, skinny jean music. You know, I come from the boom bap era, you know what I mean, where you see, you know, slap blood out of Purdue, kind of Raekwon the Chef shit. So, you know,
but I think London, you guys have seemed to like been, I'd say, like one of the best cities to produce artists that are making it a career or a business. Like you guys had, like, there might have been people who might say other art, even like in Toronto, who might rap better, but to sit there and, if I know who I've seen going on tours and doing shows all over, and London had a high amount of.
I tell you right now, Low City Kingpin, I'll drop it right now. I'll put up my best against anybody's best. My best of my city against anybody's best. You know, I think I really stand behind the guys that are doing it, like you said, that are trying to make a career out of it.
I'm from Pickering. I'm from Pickering. I just can bring up young shit.
We got older lyricists. We got younger, hungry guys. I mean, I'm not gonna say, like, you know, guys that have put out 15 albums compared to the guy that's working on his first one. But I'm talking about the hunger, the bars for bars. That I think that person, you know, if they leave with the win, they leave giving my London artist respect. And true respect for bars and things like that, you know what I mean? Because out here, repping the culture is important for us. For me personally, when I've done tours, I did Woo Block tours. Shout out to my guy Peter Jackson, that I did with Ghostface, with Sheik Luch, Killer Priest, and I had a chance to sit with all of them, mad humble, and drop knowledge on me. And when I did my shows, I brought out DJ Ruckus. I brought out B-Boys, came out on stage, things like that. If I could have graph guys graphing right there, I would have, you know what I mean? It's very important for me to keep the culture alive, because, you know, they say that guys like me are tourists here. Well, you know, I want to pay homage, and I want to throw my garbage on the ground while I'm here. I want to, you know, embrace it, you know, make sure it's taken care of in the right way, especially for my city too.
Okay, so you've done I always ask, especially the ones that do both, you do the music and the battle rapping. Obviously, the music's more important. Who are your top
Nowadays,
five?
nowadays.
Who are your top five in music? Who are your top five battle rappers?
Wow. For off the top, I think top five rappers, I guess, of all time.
Mhm.
For my personal list,
Yeah.
let me see. It's got to be. I think just for the whole package, I think I got to go number one with my guy Big Daddy Kane. I think I got to go Sean Price next.
Yeah.
I think I got to go Cool G Rap for the third. I think I got to go. It's a toss up between Ghost and Ray. I think I'm gonna have to go Ghost on that one, and then I think number five. I think it's got to be Royce. Longevity is kind of what I go for. If it's not Royce, I think it maybe throw in a Chubb Rock, maybe. Because I'm going from history, right? I'm not this new last 20
so
years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You are probably the only Canadian that I've interviewed that mentioned Drake. And you're probably the only white guy that I've interviewed that haven't mentioned them.
I'm not an M super fan. I'm not an M hater either. I like the Slim Shady M's. If I could pick my times of Eminem, I think I'd definitely be the Slim Shady Eminem fan. Bars are bars, but it's for me. My go-to in my box, in my AirPods and stuff. I think definitely always Sean P. I think a lot of Rock Marciano, a lot of Action Bronson. I think if we're going to look at the white guys that I'm listening to a lot, probably my boy Stizzy, Young Stitch, definitely bars on bars. Always bump my boy Bishop, bars. Action Bronson's fire. I'm getting into Lil Dicky's fire though. Always, I can't lie. Like that guy, he's one of those lyricist guys that I appreciate. I'm getting into a little bit of that being shown Jack Harlow too lately. So checking that out too. You know what I mean?
I've heard of some freestyle, but I haven't heard any of these songs. Lil Dicky I kind of like because he can rap. Like as an MC, you can hear he can rap. So like if he was in a site, like he can rap.
Yeah.
Like he's being creative, using a little bit of comedy. He's not.
He's got that full package. I feel like like Lil Dicky's got the TV show, so you can see he can act. You see his bars, his swords are always sharp. Yeah. The business side is there. He's got it all, right? And for the love of hip hop, whether it's love or love of the business of hip hop, I can respect both. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy, I think I want it to be synonymous with the name London. When you think London rap, you think, when you real one, you think, yo, you gotta check my boy Jux out there. I think the legacy I want people to see what I did for the community, not only just the hip hop community, but for the community in general. It's not, hey, look at me, I was giving. It's just that that's a giving person. I want it like that. I didn't do it to be known. I just want to be known for better things than worse things. So, you know, with the Risktakers, that I hope that creates a legacy that lives forever and creates that beacon of hope for anybody that feels lost or in the darkness. You know, I hope they can say, you know, they can tie Jux's name saying, you know what, Jux Cain was a co-founder of that. London Hiphop is thriving because whether they see me hosting on stage or did see me hosting on stage, see me New Year's hosting the ball drop there when we had hip hop finally incorporated into the shows. You know, I'd like to, you know, be known as one of the ringleaders, I guess you could say like that for London. And just that, you know, a great father too, I think is important. That, you know, a lot of hip hop guys get, you know, ostracized sometimes by certain others stating, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're a rapper, that must mean you're gone all the time. A lot of times my kids come with me. A lot of the times my kids are on stage with me. You know what I mean? It's, you can't find a sitter sometimes, you know. B, it's entertainment. It's the value for what you're paying for nowadays, because anybody nowadays can be a rapper and make hat, cat, and anything else rhyme together, right? Like, what are you bringing to the stage as a true MC, master of the ceremonies, you know, mover of the crowds, you know what I mean? And my kids do some of the intros for me sometimes at certain shows, you know, appropriate shows, but I would have liked for them to ever come to a battle, though. They never got a chance to do that. And I mean, salute to these battle rappers nowadays. Like, I tip my hat to these guys, brother. Like the guys, like the legends that I've seen, you know, Sharones and things like that, you know, the Surreals, Bruisers, all these guys, you know, even guys like Chili Palms out here. We got a lot of battle rappers out here too, you know, like, and they work and cut, you know, sharpen their swords like that, like every day, compared to how it used to be 15, 20 years ago when it was just out in the park, and, you know, and so they're on a whole another level. And, you know, hopefully I can be sort of, you know, a little flashpoint in the history, evolving London battle rap. So hosting it with UGK, Underground Kings stuff, the nephews Bruiser, Streetscape Sounds I was a part of, and label mate was Surreal, you know.
Shout out
no Philly Ponce for a hot minute, you know what I mean? So lots of good things out here.
Yeah, Surreal's a homie, you know. Eventually he's gonna come up on here. We've talked about it. Me and him battled out in Kingston and stuff like that. And like it was funny, like, because like people were like, y'all are going at each other, and like I don't like each other. He's driving me home. He's my ride home. Like
100%. I'm that guy. I will say the worst. Like your fist will, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
and after I'm just like, yo, bro, you want a thing or something? You want a shot? And there is those times where it's like they're shaking. They're like, yo, how could you say that? How could you say that? I was like, yo, it's just a battle. Once the bell goes, yo, it is what it is. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, he's cool, like Surreal and King. So, last question: what would you say your best experience and your worst experience being involved in like the hip hop or battle industry that you've had?
Oh man, I got a lot. I can't say I got a lot of good ones if I don't say I got a lot of bad ones. You know what I mean? Bad ones, just janky ass promoters. Bad ones are just janky ass promoters that I wasn't I'm gonna sue you or take it dry. I was slap fire out you kind of till that money falls out that pocket that you said you didn't have. I was on that Goonie stuff, and it was just a respect factor. So that a lot of the time that was the biggest letdown. And I'm not talking about a lot of the times when the promoters, you know, to a degree, just didn't have the turnout they needed. You know, I'm talking about just the janky ass ones that thought they were slick and, you know, out the back door and I caught them type shit. Some of the best thing that happened is, like I talked about a little bit earlier, just my sons coming out. 3 of my sons came out and they introed me out. That was a blessing to see. It was a proud dad moment, proud hip hop moment for me and London to see. But if it wasn't that, it was just being able to be personable, being real enough that other guys, idols and stuff that I looked up to, somehow God just aligned it that we got that chance to sit down and kick knowledge to each other. And to have Killer Priest tell me I was real insightful, I was like, wow, dude, like, I think you're the master, you're the teacher, you know what I mean? To sit there and talk shop with Sheik Luch and not talk about shiny suits and things like that, like real shit, and where we're trying to head with things, to being out in Whistler with Crooked Eye and Royce. Thanks to Peter Jackson for that too. Just meeting Peter Jackson was gracious because look what came from it. I'm blessed by that too. So a lot of hip hop, you know, just blessed to be around, being a real person, being a Hundo P all the time, and being around other Hundo P guys that I rate and respect. You know, getting into talk shop with Dre Bars, heavy bar head like that. You know, free the Gully Demon. Stizzy, Young Stitch, talking shop with him all the time. KP. Why, you know, just being around and seeing a true work ethic like I see with Casper. I've seen business grow like Bishop with the ends. Like, I'm all about shouting out my guys that have had, you know, major influence and played a part in my success, whether I'm older or younger than them. You know, shout out to the God Maestro too. Chop and shop, go and have dinner, you know, kicking knowledge with him. I'm truly blessed, you know what I mean? Talking with you, brother, just for putting on for the community. Thank you. I'm truly blessed, you know. But anybody wants to get into the battle shit, you check out old stuff for me. I mean, I'm more focused on trying to bring up my city now than the battle stuff, because I feel like if you don't do it due diligence, you shouldn't be doing it. And I'm not saying the bars ain't there anymore. The hunger isn't there for that anymore for me, but for the great music that's coming out, I think people are going to be impressed, and I'm happy to have that fan base for those to continually want me to put out music and stuff.
All right, so definitely keep me abreast of when that releases. I do a listening session with music and stuff like that for people. Let everybody know where to find you, your social media or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. Hit me up. If you're an old head, you're still using Facebook, hit me up on Facebook. JUX space CAIN and then II, so Jux Cain 2. No, that is not my rap name. Some promoters put it on the flyers, Jux Cain 2, but it is not. It's just Jux Cain. You can hit me up on Jux Cain all together on IG. DALO City Kingpin, the Low City Kingpin on Snapchat. If you want to follow some random philanthropists, dad, hip hop, mind of me kind of stuff, see what's popping on there. Watch out for the Risktakers too. Shout out my group too, Sons of Boombap. All my artists up in there dropping new stuff. Yeah, man. It's just, that's it, man. Other than that, you can Google me. I'm sure I'm on SoundCloud. I'm sure if you still use MySpace, you can find some old songs on there, because I'm an old head. I'm an old head. So, you know, you'll probably find some Jux Cain music on there.
I did that about a year or so ago. I went on MySpace and I went on Reverb Nation.
Yeah,
I found a bunch of stuff like
SoundClick.
Let me just download that just in case.
There was some stuff I totally forgot about.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. And I found it funny though, because I remember doing it, and when I was putting those tracks out, it was somewhere like, you know, covers somewhere, whatever. But I was like, yo, I'm not gonna make it downloadable because, you know, this is gonna be worth that money. Not knowing my business wasn't right at that time. I was like 17, 18, 19 with recorded tracks that I'd put on there. And now come back full circle that I don't remember my MySpace password like anybody should. It's outdated. Yeah. Shout out to Justin Timberlake, though. I heard he bought it though, but
I don't know.
I don't know why, but okay. Well, it's still populated though, regardless. So shout out to MySpace. It come back full circle, and I can't download those songs because I was so cool about like not hitting download.
Not downloadable.
Yeah, so it's like now I just got to hold the phone to it and get this kind of dusty, crackly vinyl sounding version. So it would have made it sounded even better. So I kind of lucked out, but yeah, I'm on social media. God's work too, for a lot of charity stuff. Risktakers does a lot of charity stuff too. So yeah, anybody wants to reach out to me via the Risktaker stuff, the mental health, to get information, to reach out, to find out more coping skills and mechanisms and things like that, hit me up. And if you're serious inquiries, you want to get better, you want to be the best you can be. I got lots of guys, I got lots of brothers with me, lots of sisters with me that are there to care 24 hours a day too. We run night shifts and stuff too. So you get incorporated into the family, and you're never alone like that. That's a motto, never alone.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Jux Cain, Mr. Mumbles with that Kinks. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we're doing our full launch next week. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you for reaching out for me, finally, for me getting things in order, finding the time to be blessed to be able to do this. Yeah. Continue to do this, continue success, my brother, okay? Wish you nothing but the best. Stay safe, peace and love, and everything good for your family. Everybody else, check me out. Hit me up for the upcoming EP with Dre Specs. It's just going to be on fire. OCBZ on production. I got a little hand on some production. Real boom bap. Real G shit, grown man rap is coming out. We still here, you know what I mean? Good, love to everybody doing real stuff, man. Support the art, support the culture. Love. Yeah.
All right. Peace. Yeah. Thank y'all very much there. So, as he said, that was the homie Jux Cain. Make sure y'all look up Risktakers, if you need help or whatever. I'll have the information in the description. As I said, follow me, KINGSCOURT ENT on Twitter. Follow me at Mumbles905 on Instagram. Like, subscribe, share the video. Let's go.